The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
One day, back in 1995, a father and his 8-year-old daughter moved right next door to my friend, Rabbi YY Jacobson, the Chabad ambassador to Agoura Hills, California. On the very same day that they moved into their new home, Rabbi Jacobson welcomed them to the neighborhood, and he invited the father and daughter, Jack and Sarah, to join the Brisky family for a Shabbos festive meal. Now, Jack was a former conductor of the choir at a Reformed temple in California, so the songs sung around the Shabbos table were very familiar to him, and the two, Jack and Rabbi Jacobson, befriended each other. His new neighbor began attending some of the community programs and classes and lectures. One evening, the rabbi gave a class entitled Faith and Suffering, and when he concluded the lecture, Jack broke down sobbing. It was then that Rabbi Jacobson invited him into his office. They sat down, and Jack shared with him his personal story. A year before I moved to Agoura Hills, Jack tells Rabbi Jacobson, my wife and I were married with 3 little beautiful children. We made a good living. We were happy. Life was blissful. But 2 of my little children were in a car accident, and they were both killed. Following the tragedy, I just fell apart. I descended into the abyss. I became depressed. Therapist after therapist, nobody can help me. I could not go back to work. I lost my job. I simply could not function. My marriage could not stand up to the profound grief, and a divorce soon followed. My wife took my 3rd and only surviving daughter, Sarah, and she left the house. I was now a complete mess, alone in the world, no hope, no family, no anchor. Life became darker each day. The sun never came out for me. The pain was incessant and overwhelming. I decided to put an end to my misery, to end my life. I wanted to bid farewell to my daughter on a positive note. So I called my ex-wife and I asked her, can I take out Sarah to the movies? She said, yeah, go ahead. I did not tell her about my plans. We made our way to the Mountain Gate Plaza Cinema in the Simi Valley Mall. My plan was that we would watch a child-friendly film together. I would bring her back home to her mother, and then I would say goodbye to this dark and scary world. As we enter the mall, we hear some music playing. It was strange. As I listen, I can hear it's Jewish music, even stranger. And then I was shocked to see some Jewish men singing and dancing right in front of the movie theater. It was a bizarre scene. There was a menorah burning brightly in the background, and suddenly I remembered it's Chanukah. Before I knew it, one of the Jewish fellows, a guy wearing a kippah, yarmulke, and a beard and sidelocks payas, he drew us into the circle, and there I was dancing with these Jewish guys. The night I had planned to end my life, I found myself dancing and celebrating. It was surreal. But something happened during that dance. As I watched the Chanukah flames burning, and these yeshiva boys dancing with so much love and passion and enthusiasm, a mysterious sense of hope was ignited in my heart. A feeling of joy was kindled in the depth of my soul. A flicker of positivity showed up inside of me. I closed my eyes, and for the first time since the horrific accident, I can feel a glimmer of serenity. I decided to give life a second chance. I would move, find a new home, and begin a new life. So I found this house in Agoura Hills, and I prayed to God that it would be the right place and everything would work out. And there, on the very day I moved with my daughter, you were standing outside inviting me for a Shabbos meal. Rabbi YY Jacobson listened to the story. He wiped away a tear. And then he turned to the shelf in his office and he reached for a photo album of Chanukah celebrations organized by Chabad of Agoura Hills over the years. He opened it. He flipped through the pages and then he retrieved one photo entitled Chanukah at the Simi Valley Mall. He pointed to the photo and he said to Jack, here you are in the photo. Here I am. I was actually the person who pulled you into the circle. That night, as they both wept emotionally, Rabbi Brisky said to Jack, I remember that night very well, and I'll tell you why. You see, each year at Chabad we choose another mall. We're to put up our candelabra and make a Chanukah celebration, inviting Jews of all backgrounds and affiliations to be part of the Festival of Lights. And that year, we chose Simi Valley Mall. So I phoned the mall, they put us through to the Mountain Gate Plaza Cinema. The woman who answered the phone says, hi, how can I help you? And I say, we would love to light a menorah outside the mall. And she says, you're sure? And I say, yes. She says, you're sure? And I say, absolutely. She says, no problem. If that's what you want, you got it. She granted us permission. So we prepared, we booked the music band, we brought donuts, we prepared a large menorah, we even had a clown, hot latkes, dreidlach, the works. As we arrived on the first night of Chanukah, me and the yeshiva boys helping me, I realized my mistake. The mall was going out of business. I didn't know that. All the stores had been closed down already because the whole place was being demolished. The only thing that was left open was the movie theater. That's why the woman kept on asking me if I'm sure that I want to put up a Chanukah menorah there. So as we arrived, we discovered the place was deserted. We had everything, but there were no people. I felt like such an idiot, like such a schlemazel. But we were there already. What are we supposed to do? There was nowhere else to go. It was Chanukah. So we took the menorah, we set it up in front of the movie theater, and any poor person trying to go into the movies was schlepped into our Chanukah dance so we wouldn't feel that we are just complete fools. I came home that night ashamed, disappointed, frustrated. I tell my wife, what a failure! What a disaster of a night! It bombed. Or so I thought. As it turns out, that small, soulful dance in front of the movie theater, Mountain Gate Plaza in Simi Valley, saved Jack's life. Sarah did not lose her father that night. Jack rebuilt his life. Today, Sarah is married and recently had twins. Jack called Rabbi Brisky from the delivery room and he said, God gave me back my two lost angels. Rabbi Brisky forwarded me the text message that Jack sent him for Chanukah. I quote parts of it. From the moment Sarah and I walked into the foyer of that shopping center, you were an agent of God to raise us up and enrich our lives, and you continue to do it now. It occurred to me that had it not been for you that Chanukah night 27 years ago, our worlds would have been entirely different, terrifyingly different. I owe you a debt that I could never repay other than telling you that you are surely one of my life's greatest friends. I love you like a brother, and you are one of God's most holy blessings to me, my family, and the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love, Jack. There are no ordinary days or monotonous nights in God's master plan. There are no real failures in the ultimate story of life. Wherever you are, muster the courage to kindle a flame of love and joy, and the miracles will follow.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org